coming home, coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. I know my kingdom awaits, and he's forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home, coming home. Tell the world I'm coming. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Denise Powell Show. Free to flow, y'all. Let's go. Sing it.
Ready to make a new start. What lies ahead is much better.
Yeah.
Walking away from it all. Breaking the chains, moving forward.
Yeah.
I can see clearly now, the way is clear. I'm not afraid, I know that you are near. Hey, no matter the trial, no matter the struggle, I'm on my way, can't nobody stop me. Hey, lead the way, I will follow, I'm not worried about tomorrow. Take me to the next level. Someone check my rear view mirror, put the pedal to the metal, destiny in sight. Got my mind made up, no turning back, smile on my face, cause I'm coming home.
I'm coming home to you. Let the world know that it's true.
Coming home.
Let the rain wash away all the pain of yesterday. My kingdom awaits, and he's forgiven my mistakes. I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home.
Step by step, inch by inch, run this race, seek your face. There's no way I will stray. Home is what I'm destined for. Mistakes made, mercy gave, path now paved, your blood paid for all my wrongs and mess ups. Stand by me, never gave up. Take my hand, lead the way, not worry about tomorrow, no today. Even when I strayed, you forgave, saved my soul and rescued me. And because of your love, I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Let the world know that it's true.
I am
Let the rain wash away
home.
all the pain
Back
of
to
yesterday.
where I
My kingdom awaits, and he's forgiven my mistakes.
Alright. You know they say the top don't feel good unless you've been on the bottom. They say it rains the worst just before the end of the storm, but I endure to the day I see them clouds gone. I have a list of flaws and a list of wrongs, but I'm just glad that someone died to see me through it all. I'm tearing in the rain, but can you tell the difference? I know you see my pain, but would you dare to listen? Cause what I have to say, I always fall on dry ground, so I'll be my own audience. I'm alive now, my light ain't died out, it just dimmed a little. So I shine while I'm coming out the ash and brittle, and let my scars tell the stories of my drive back. Yeah, my life can hurt, but it's worse if I die in the black. Cause I got too much blues for me to just cruise. They calling me a loner, but they seeing too. I'm on my way home, feeling like I never left, taking quick sudden breaths. I passed the test.
Don't like where I belong now. Said I'm on my way home now. Don't like where I belong now. Said I'm on my way home now. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah. I'm coming home
to you. Let the world know that it's true. Let the rain wash away all the
What's going on, y'all? It is your man D Toe. It is another day's journey, and I am super duper glad about it. You are tuned in to Shop Talk, everyone's favorite show, right here on everyone's favorite network. You know what it is, children. It is freedomradio.com. And do we have a show lined up for you today? You know we do. Listen, but before we jump into anything, before we make anything happen, do me a favor. Get on the phone, call, text, tweet. Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo. Do whatever you got to do, but you know who you got to tell. You got to tell your mama them, Ray, Shay Shay, Delicious Nim, Nut Nim, Pojo Nim. Let them all know that we are live right now on the Freedom Radio family of networks, and we're going to be here for the next hour, bringing you the absolute best in gospel music, as you've already heard, as well as keeping you abreast of what is hot and happening in the news. Shout out to my dude, Kendrick Shepard. Kendrick, what is up, bro? Man, you know there's always a seat for you at the Freedom Radio table whenever you feel like hopping on, man, and being a part. Just let me know. Listen, we've got a lot of stuff planned for today. So much stuff that I don't even have time to go through all of my norms, but I will tell you this. For those of you who are watching, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, if this is your first time tuning in, it's all good. You're probably saying, what am I tuned into? I'm here to let you know that it is that good barbershop, beauty shop, coffee shop, donut shop. Thank you, Lord Jesus. And even that nail shop talk, you know, that talk where literally no person and no subject is off limits. That's what we do right here on freedomradio.com with this Shop Talk format. And listen, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. But before we do talk about anything, let me let you know, my name is Demetrius Tofree. It says so right there if you didn't know. And I am your host right here on today's show. And listen, you can follow me everywhere on social media at D Tofree. One of my friends told me a few years back, said, make everything simple, make everything the same, and you'll be easy to find. So I've made it easy. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, if you still use it. I'm on, what else am I on? I'm on Spill. I am on Threads. Everything that I use the same thing at D Tofree, at DTOLEFREE. You can hit me up, as well as, hey, you never know. Somebody might want to donate $1 million to Young D Toe. Listen, if you want to do that and you want to hit me up or send funds to us just because you like me and I'm a great guy, you can do that on Cash App, $, D Tofree, or on Venmo. Again, still at D Tofree. Would love to hear from you. And if you want to just send me $1,000, it's cool. If you need me to send it back, I will, but I'll have to do it in $100 increments. All right, y'all. Anyway, let's get ready to get things going. And I think I have a co-host backstage, and we'll get ready to bring them up just as soon as I know that they are ready. But first things we're going to do, we're going to jump into some things that we have for today. And one of the things that we have for today is what our National Day is. So let's get ready. Let's get going. Let's get going with today's National Day. And as we're doing that, I do see my first co-host hanging out with us. I was giving him a moment to get himself together, guys, because he's got some place to go. And I'm praying when he gets there. Well, you know how it goes. Listen, let's get ready to bring up our first co-host. We'll come right back to our National Day, but let's get ready to bring up our first and second co-host. First, we'll stay here in California, and we'll go down the street up to 80 and get off there in a little city called Hercules. It's right by Pinot. They first cousins. Anyway, hanging out with us today is my guy. Always makes me laugh. Always has something great to say. And he's an all-around wonderful person. Let's bring him up. My guy, Ja'Cory Prothro. Ja'Cory, man, what is going on?
What's up? I was, you remember these? People don't use these no more in church. I was sitting here playing with my Bible and realized I'm doing a lot. They didn't call me to preach, D-Toe. Oh. I got to preach this. I've been singing in church probably over 30 years. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to say that I've been pimped through the system, but I haven't necessarily been elevated. I've been to church to where it was just like sing before the pastor preach. So the pastor don't really have to preach. You got that. That's how you
I
sing
hear
as
you.
well.
I heard
But
everything you
I've
said.
never been called to the elevator to say, hey, you may have a little more power on you, or go down this hall and read this book, or let me send you to music school. But I'm at a church now to where they're actually empowering me to do more, because I honestly kind of inspire while I lead worship. So now, I got people at the church calling me Minister Corey, and it's it's a little different. I'm not accustomed to it, but I'm gonna walk with it because evidently Jesus is in it. So you pray for me. They got me doing a little something.
Well, that's good stuff, man. Well, hey, it's all good, man. Make sure that you are confident. If that is the call that you feel in your life, make sure that you're confident in the call and don't have people push you to where you don't feel called to go. So, but if that's where you feel like you're going, man, go ahead, man. Preach the word, share the word, however God gives it to you, and we'll definitely be one of your biggest supporters, as you already know, man. So it's all good. Glad to have you hanging out with us. Listen, let's get ready to bring up our next co-host out in Charlotte of North Carolina. I always have to remember these cities. Out in Charlotte of North Carolina, look like she might even have some freedom gear on today. And I should have had some on too. I'm freezing. I'm a little cold. Anyway, but without further ado, let's get ready to bring up my friend. She really is my sister. She don't like to be called sis, but I can call her that because she's been that to me and so much more. My homie out there in North Carolina. Let's bring her up. Yolanda Wild Praise Morant. Yolanda,
Hi.
girl, what is going on?
Hey, how y'all doing?
All is
Come
well.
on.
I know somebody gonna
Yeah.
ask me why I have this hat on. Let me be clear. I am a girl. Okay.
I was about to say that boy is mine. I was thinking
Oh, you
about
know what I
that.
always think of? Damon, I am a boy.
That yeah, Money Mike.
That is my favorite thing. No,
Yeah, Money Mike.
this is like my favorite hat that I just found again from from Japan. I bought this hat in Japan, and so it says
Okay.
boy here, then it says girl.
Look at that.
Okay. I
Okay.
got it. Now it makes more sense. Well, I tell you what. Listen, we looks like we're going to have a full house today of great people. So I'm going to keep it going. Let's reach out to the ATL in Georgia. I know he's on his lunch, and so he does what he does while he can with us. But let's bring him up while he's wiping his mouth and getting his stuff together. He is the original Hallelujah morning man himself, and without further ado, Demetrius Hunter. Demetrius, man, what is going on?
You there? Sorry.
Hello, praise the Lord, saints. Hallelujah morning.
We will
Yes,
bless
God. Yes, God. Hallelujah. I'm sorry, I was in the middle of a snack.
We see.
Lord, forgive me.
Oh God, this boy
I don't
is
know what's going on
hilarious.
with my camera, y'all. I got to excuse my little angle on today. I don't know. It's just going to do its own little thing. But I'm glad to be here. We ain't going to waste too much time on these introductions. There's so much to talk about today.
It is. So
Troy,
much.
what you put your head down for? We're going to have
So
this conversation.
I'm good. So much to talk about that we're going to keep things going. We have one more co-host. It's only going to be with us for a moment, so let's jump right in with her. My homegirl and yours, Ashlyn Tara Cole is in the building. Ashlyn, girl, what is going on?
What's going on, everybody? Yes, I purposely did not blur out my background because I am retiring from the paparazzi business. I am.
You just started.
From the paparazzi business. It just didn't really serve me. It didn't really serve me, and so and it didn't serve the Lord. It didn't serve the Lord. Let's be real clear. It was not for me. I wanted to do it. It was an extra stream of income, and it ended up being way more time needed to invest in it than I had. It was more time needed. I see Demetrius Hunter. I know. Don't come for me today, Michi.
I didn't say that. I'm just going to ask that in the machine behind you. Can I get a bag of chips?
So so I said I'm not even going to blur out the background because all of this will be going up for sale. I will be selling all of this, but I'm not going to be giving it away. Now I'm not stupid. I ain't no fool. But Jacory and I have been talking about a creative way to have a gathering, a get together. Where this might be party gifts, or this might be, door prizes or something like that. And then we will also have a sale. And it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But I'm so glad that I could just jump on here real quick and join you. I have been traveling. I just got back from Detroit. Can I just take a minute, Dito, and just tell y'all about this?
Yes.
So you can all be in here with me. You don't have to CNN me as Yolanda says.
I heard y'all went to Detroit and killed.
I was in Detroit with the great Lena Bird Miles. We traveled to Detroit together, and we visited Bishop Sheard's church. It was absolutely amazing. And Lena ministered, and it was just, she tears down strongholds no matter where she goes. Okay. It was such a blessing for me to just be in the room, like to support her and to be an armor bearer for her, and to, when she came down, and to make sure that she had a fan and make sure that she had water. And didn't nobody ask me to do that? But I think that it's so important when you're in a position of equality with an artist, like she's an artist, I'm an artist. I have no problem stepping aside and helping her. Nobody knew who I was they didn't know I was coming. I didn't need a special announcement. They didn't need to acknowledge me. None of that. I was so happy to be in the room. And I was able to reconnect with Kiera. She was there. Of course, Kiera Sheard, she was there. And so we had a chance to reconnect because we had met at a previous engagement. And I got to meet Bishop Sheard. The Clark sisters were not there. They were traveling. But it was just so nice to be in the room, and I often think about how Ja'Cory has done that for me. He's been in a position of equality as an artist. He's also a gospel artist with me, and how he's stepped into that position of praying for me or helping me or making sure that I have water. It's just so important, like, that we get out of these big britches. Ain't nobody britches bigger than, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. We are all equal. We all lay our head down at night. Hopefully we wake up in the morning, God willing. We all, like they say, put our pants on one leg at a time. Okay. We do the same thing. So, and then the next day we were with Larry Callahan and Selected of God. Let me tell you, these people, it was absolutely amazing. If you are not familiar with Larry Callahan, go stream his music. Get his Evolve project. There's Project 1 and Project 2. Lena is featured on Series 1. It was absolutely amazing. I'll be posting video clips, but follow Selected of God on Instagram. They've already started posting things, and it was just absolutely outstanding. So the city of Detroit, y'all don't owe me nothing. Special shout out to Nikki Black. My new sister in Christ, she hosted us and took us around and made sure that we had some good food. Amen. I think it was Jay Alexander that we went to in Detroit, which was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, Jay Alexander is the Lord's doing. Definitely the Lord's doing.
It is.
I'm happy to be back home. I'm tired, but I'm getting ready to go teach the babies. So I'll be with you for about 10 more minutes, and then I got to head out. But it's so good to see y'all. And I just wanted to come on here and just love on you a little bit and just remind us that no matter how high God elevates you, right? No matter how high God takes you, no matter how many rungs up the ladder God decides to take you or allows you to climb, just remember, the higher you go, the harder you fall. So as you go up, remember, there's people coming behind you. There's people that have gone ahead of you. So show some respect and some regard for the people that are around you. Don't get too big-headed that your head gets so big and you just topple off the ladder. Okay?
That's good stuff. I love it. And of course, we welcome you back home, and of course, welcome you back to Shop Talk. All right, y'all. With all of that said, let's jump real quick into our National Day, because I think some of this is important. 4 things. I'm going to highlight 2. One is we're in the middle of Holy Week. I know today is Tuesday, but we're in the middle of Holy Week. If I seem a little bit melancholy, if that's the word, I can never say that word right. If I seem a little. If I don't seem as
melancholy, that's a good word. Keep using that word. That's a good word. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I don't seem as energetic as I normally would, it's because I've been up since early this morning. We are in the middle of our once a year 5 a.m. revival.
Oh, that's right. Y'all have that.
And so I was at church early this morning. crying out and praying to the Lord at 5 a.m.
Now, were
this
you
morning with
crying
great
out because
joy.
you were up at 5 a.m.
No,
and
I wasn't mad.
struggling, or
Listen,
you were
I was
just
grateful to be
up?
there.
Hallelujah.
This is Passion Week, and this is that
Yes.
time where I remember what Jesus did for me, and there's no sacrifice too great for me to remember what He has done for me. So me getting up at 3:30 to be at church at 5 a.m. is nothing. I'm gonna do it again tomorrow, and I'm gonna walk in there with a great smile. So anyway, it is
Smile
Holy
for
Week.
me. Smile
I
for
will
me,
definitely
child.
do it. I'll even call your
Thank
name
you.
out.
Please
Secondly,
talk. Are you adding names?
I can add names now. I have no problem with
Listen,
calling people's name out in prayer.
please
So,
add my
but
name.
it is Holy Week. So I'm making things happen. Secondly, real quickly, it is Epilepsy Awareness Day. Today is Epilepsy Awareness Day. I don't want to just run over that. That is something that's very important. I want us to make sure that we take a moment to commemorate that it is that day. In terms of food, it is National Spinach Day. I do eat spinach thanks to Popeye, and I am a spinach eater. And then last but not least, I want to hang my hat here just for a couple of moments. Today is National American Diabetes Association Alert Day. I know it was long, but let me say it again. American Diabetes Association Alert Day. Let me give you these staggering statistics about diabetes. I guess I'm a little tongue-tied, but listen, diabetes impacts nearly 34 million Americans. That's about 10.5% of the U.S. population.
Wow.
And of those living with diabetes, 7.3 million, meaning 1 in 7 adults, don't even know that they have it. So this is one of those days where I want to spend a moment here. The risk of the developing diabetes increases with age, and there are many factors too. Of course, a lot of ethnic background people. A lot of Black folks have it, but that may also increase as well. And additionally, 1.5 million Americans are diagnosed with diabetes each year. And listen, Allegra deals with it. I deal with her taking shots every day, and so many other people that I know that are close to me. We don't talk about it much, but Bishop Macklin has diabetes, and so many more people that we know. A lot of people keep it under their hats, and that's all good if that's what they want to do, as long as they take care of it. But I will tell you this: either you take care of diabetes, or diabetes will take care of you. So I just want to take that quick moment to highlight that. And as we keep going, Ashton, I'm glad you're here because we're going to jump right now into birthdays. And I want you to make sure that you do your thing before you go. So just 5 birthdays, 2 that are living, 3 that have passed or gone on to be with the Lord. The 2 that are living. Today is Diana Ross. Diana Ross turns 80 today. She still looks amazing to me. I don't care what y'all say. Diana Ross is 80.
Wow.
Also, happy birthday to Ella English. We may not know her by the name Ella English, but we do remember from the Jamie Foxx show, his aunt, the lady that played his aunt in the Jamie Foxx show. Today is her 64th birthday. All right. Those who have gone on before us, today is Turn Off the Lights and Light a Candle. Anyway, Teddy Pendergrass, today would have been his birthday. He was born in 1950, passed in 2010. And I can tell you, he meant every word he said when he said, turn them off. Yeah, he meant it. So happy heavenly birthday to him. Next to last, Leonard Nimoy. Many of you may remember him. I think I can do it. No, I can't do it with that hand. Yeah, I can do it with that hand. Yeah. Many of you might remember him as Mr. Spock.
It's so weird. Spock.
I know, I can only do it with one hand. Mr. Spock from Star Trek. Today would have been his birthday. He was born in 1931, but he passed in 2015. And then last but not least, Demetrius, I had you in mind when I found this interesting fact. Guccio Gucci. Gucci.
Yeah.
The man behind Gucci. Today would have been his birthday. He was born in 1881, but he passed in 1953. But even in his passing, his company is still making millions of dollars yearly. So I wanted to just mention that Gucci Gucci today would have been his birthday as well. So now, with all that being said, Ashlyn, it is your time where I throw it out to you. The virtual floor is yours.
Well, I have to say, Dito, that there are two birthdays, or really two in one birthday that you missed. Not intentionally, I know, but the twins, Jermaine and Tremaine, it's their 50th birthday today.
And what? And I knew that anybody would remember that, but I'm gonna just leave it alone. Go ahead. Those are my gray beard bros. Go ahead, Ashlyn. Carry on.
Dito is trying to be messy, but little does he know, it all will be revealed shortly. Okay, all will be revealed shortly. Amen. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay, look.
Reveal.
If today is your birthday, we want to say happy birthday, but there's so many reasons why. The reason is God made you. Do you know that all of the people that have ever lived, I'm talking about, you can go all the way back to Adam and Eve. Do you know that no two people have the same fingerprints? Not even identical twins like Jermaine and Tremaine, okay? No two fingerprints are the same. So God has made us uniquely. You are beautifully and wonderfully and uniquely made. And so today, the day that you came into the earth, something shifted. Something on the earth shifted that only you could bring. There's a message in you. There's purpose in you. There's a calling in you. There's a cure in you. There's an answer to somebody's problem in you. So today on your birthday, we just want to celebrate it, because God knew exactly what he was doing when he had you come into this earth. Now you could say, I wish I would have had a different mommy and dad, but if you would have had, you might not be here. So we even thank God for your mother and your father for even being vessels to bring you into this world, into this life. So today, if you don't celebrate, that's all right. We here at Freedom Radio and Shop Talk are going to celebrate you. Happy birthday.
Awesome stuff. I love it, Ashlyn. Appreciate you being here with us. Listen, we're going to keep things going. I know normally I kind of ease my way into subjects, but today I don't have that type of time because we have so much to cover. Apple, the company that I employed with, is in the news. Apple is in the news, and that's nothing new, but Apple is in the news specifically for a purpose. Now, somebody sent me a video clip. I'm going to try to see if I can play the clip. I'm trying to do better, y'all. So let's see if I can bring this up and play it. So give me 1 second and let's see how good I am today. Let's try it. Let's see, add that, and let's just refresh it and then play it.
User who has ever seen a green text message or received a tiny, grainy video can attest. Apple's anti-competitive conduct also includes making it more difficult for iPhone users to message with users of non-Apple products. It does this by diminishing the functionality of its own messaging app and by diminishing the functionality of third-party messaging apps. By doing so, Apple knowingly and deliberately degrades quality, privacy, and security for its users. For example, if an iPhone user messages a non-iPhone user in Apple Messages, the text appears not only as a green bubble, but incorporates limited functionality. The conversation is not encrypted, videos are pixelated and grainy, and users cannot edit messages or see typing indicators. As a result, iPhone users perceive rival smartphones as being lower quality because the experience of messaging friends and family who do not own iPhones is worse, even though Apple is the one responsible for breaking cross-platform messaging. And it does so intentionally. For example, in 2013, a senior executive at Apple explained that supporting cross-platform messaging in Apple Messages, quote, would simply serve to remove an obstacle to iPhone families giving their kids Android phones, close quote. In 2022, Apple's CEO was asked whether Apple would fix iPhone to Android messaging. The questioner added, quote, not to make it personal, but I can't send my mom certain videos, close quote. Apple's CEO responded, buy your mom an iPhone.
I'm going to leave it right there. that you should just buy your mom an iPhone. Ashley, I know you want to talk about this, and I know I'll give you the opportunity first. So go right ahead.
I appreciate that. This is really interesting to me because I agree. I agree. That might be controversial, but I definitely agree. I know that I'm on the Apple bandwagon. Okay. I drank the Kool-Aid, whatever you say. All my products are Apple. My laptop, my phone, I have an iPad. I wear my iWatch, although I don't have it right now, but Apple Watch. So what's interesting to me is that I totally agree that it has caused a rivalry. If I make friends with somebody and I text them and I see a green message, I'm like, oh Lord. But if I text them and I see a blue message, I'm like, oh, come on, Team iPhone, Team Apple. And it has created a rivalry. And then there's often times where we're out at events and someone will have an Android and we will all say, oh Lord, somebody better hand them an iPhone because we don't know what kind of quality it's going to be. And so it has definitely created, and I know people that have Androids and they take beautiful videos, beautiful pictures, but I can't benefit from that because they can't send them to me. They have to find another way, Dropbox or Google Docs or Google Drive or something like. They have to do it a whole nother way because they can't send it to the iPhone. So I am team iPhone. I can't say that I will ever have an Android, but I don't think it's fair that we have put a barrier between iPhone and Android users that has caused this rift, right? I want to be able to send messages and receive messages and videos and all that stuff. So I don't know if it should be an entire lawsuit, like, they're trying to sue about this, but I think that negotiations should come to the table and they should negotiate how they can make this more user friendly from iOS to iOS, if that's the right language to go, but from Apple to Android. So that's it. I do have to cut. I cannot stay. I'm going to drop that. Let y'all talk about it. I'm going to come in and cut. But I love y'all. I got to go teach the babies. But yeah, let's figure out this problem right here on Freedom Radio. I'm curious to see what our listeners have to say and what you all have to say. I will be listening in the Freedom Radio app. Didn't know you could listen on the Freedom Radio app? Download it from your Google Play or your Apple App Store and get the Freedom Radio app. Love y'all.
All right, we'll talk soon. Interesting thoughts on that. Now, I am not in agreement with Ashlyn, and unfortunately, she had to go. I will say it like this: it's just like buying a car. When you go looking at cars or test driving cars, some people buy cars just based off the name. Other people buy cars based off of the features that are in the car, such as Apple CarPlay. I'm just using it as an example, but leather seats, a moon roof, wood paneling on the inside, whatever it may be. But people buy things. You can't make a iPhone Android comparison and not can say, hey, iMessage is one of the main reasons why people get iPhone. That, in my opinion, iMessage is a big reason why people do it, because you can name group chats, you can send different things in the chat. There's a lot of things you can do with iMessage that people didn't know you can do. I can send money through iMessage. I can send emojis and all type of stuff, and emojis through there. But don't get mad at me if my phone to me is like a Bentley and you decide to go with Android and your phone doesn't have the same attributes that mine have. I don't think this is a whole lawsuit that we should be having about just based on iMessage. So I'm gonna go around the room and get y'all's opinion. So Yolanda, since you're the female that's left, we'll start with you. I mean, what do you think about this whole iMessage debacle?
You want my first lady response or my devil's advocate response?
You can give me both if you like.
I think it's stupid. I know that's
what part is stupid?
I just think there are bigger problems in the world. And I think there's more going on. A bridge was filled this morning. I mean, think about it. It kind of sounds crazy for the government to say they're going to sue Apple, right? Like, hey, that's what it is. It's the government, right? Come on. A bridge just fell this morning. shouldn't we be? And I know we're gonna get to the bridge, but I'm saying, shouldn't there be bigger alarms? Like, okay, right now there should be several companies checking bridges in every city, right? Shouldn't there be bigger things going on? There are people living outside that have nowhere to go, and this has been a problem for decades. So I agree with you. Don't get mad at me because I chose to better my product. And another thing, I think somebody said this maybe in the chat. Nobody's forcing you to buy an iPhone. Nobody's forcing you to buy a Droid. This is a choice. It's not like you have to put gas in your car, right? I know I'm not, I'm getting to the car part right before he says something. But I'm just saying, but no one tells you that you have to go to Circle K. Or you have to go. You can buy gas from wherever you want. I just think it's very silly. I think it's a distraction from something else. I think they're trying to distract. I do. I think it's a total distraction from whatever. It's dumb. It's stupid. Why are we talking about? And if you're mad that you got a green thing, that's not on me. I used to be a part of Android Club till he, brought me over to the other to Apple side of church. Amen. Don't be mad at me because you want to be whatever. Just come on over to Apple style. It can be your life. I do, but I think it's sad because I think Steve Jobs was obviously a genius, and he worked on a product that keeps bettering itself and bettering itself and bettering itself. I just think it's silly.
Yeah, I'm with you. And let me put a couple of these comments up, and then I want to go to Jacory, then Demetrius will close us out in this. And my guy Kendrick is in here from Vallejo. He says he thinks it's dumb. However, litigation happy society. I get it. Tracy J. Wilson also chimes in, who is an Android user. She says, I don't think it's fair. Not everyone have Apple, and there should be a way to communicate with family that do not have it or can't afford it. I hear you. I do hear you. Felicia Walker Johnson chimes in, and she says that she agrees with you, Yolanda. I'm with you. And as we were making the comment about the cars, I was talking about, different stuff like that. Kendrick, who was a Tesla owner, he says you can liken it to say, or you can buy an EV, or you can buy gas. I mean, it's all personal preference at the end of the day. So now Elisa Shanks, one of my homies from the church, she says it's not about the messages. It's about Apple acting as a monopoly, preventing non-Apple businesses from competing fairly. It's not a competition. We're just talking about text messages. We're just talking about how we communicate with our messages. And did you know this? And Demetrius, I'm coming to you. This you guys may not know. I deal with this every day at work. Your green text messages are sent back and forth to you through your carrier plan or through your carrier's network. So if you don't have Apple, when you're sending messages back and forth, you send that through AT&T to Verizon, or Verizon to T-Mobile. All of that is owned by all that communication is owned by your carrier. However, iMessage itself is completely owned by Apple. It deviates, or it does not use your carrier text messaging at all, which is why you can use your email to iMessage if you so choose, or you can use your phone number. Those messages are all directly sent through Apple servers, which is why, here's a little trick that y'all probably didn't know, which is why some people, when their phone is turned off, meaning that they didn't pay their bill and AT&T or whatever, somebody has cut them off, if they're on Wi-Fi, they can still iMessage you. Got it? I'm from the hood. I know all the hood tricks.
Yep.
So this is something that people didn't. So this is where Apple wins in the fact that they're not using your carrier's servers to send messages back and forth for iMessage. So Demetrius, man, let me throw this out to you, and I got a couple other comments on throwing on here. Well, go ahead, man. It's
I mean, hey, we've been talking about Apple and Android. I mean, hey, you got an Apple, you got an Android. It is what it is. Yeah. I mean, when I see the green bubble, unless I've seen your phone when you were getting my number, I was giving you my number. I could look at your phone, and I put usually the little green dot next to those people. Really? My phone, yeah. Put your name and put the little green dot. That means it's going to be coming through green. You're an Android. So, I have my Android people labeled.
Yeah.
With the green dot.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, but this, I haven't really even tapped much into it. It's, all that litigation and all that suing the monopoly of this, that, and the third. I mean, iPhone's been around and ain't going nowhere. People love iPhone for the many features it had that now some phones are actually starting to catch up to. So, it just is what it is. Good luck, Apple.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm not mad at you. Let me put another comment up here from Pastor William Coleman III. He says, every Magnificent Seven company faces antitrust lawsuits. He says, not just Apple, but Google, Amazon, etc. It's a bigger issue than it seems because it feeds into how the free market works. He says it messes up businesses on many levels. Fuzzy pictures is a distraction. It's bigger than that. I get it. And you have to realize that with iMessage, and then we're going to get ready to move on. With iMessage, you do know that you can get all of these messages on all of your devices. So you can get it on your phone, you can get it on your iPad, you can get it on your Mac. All of these things, you can get them all in one place at the same time if you so choose. I don't think Android has that same option. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Elisa Shanks comes in and says again that I do have and prefer Apple. The lawsuit is likely to when Pac Bell had a monopoly and had to break up to allow others into the industry. I remember when Pac Bell was downtown Oakland and they had the monopoly. I'm completely with it. So I will keep you all abreast about what happens with this lawsuit. Obviously, I'll know because it's going to affect me if it does get to that point. But I can tell you this: Apple is a $3 trillion company. $3 trillion company.
Now, do we get some of this lawsuit, Dito?
Huh?
If Apple wins, do we get something?
Not at all.
Consumers?
I'm way down on that totem pole. I couldn't tell you. I'm very low on the totem pole. Anyway, I will tell you this: if that is, yes, you're right. That is with a T. $3 trillion company, and when you have $3 trillion in the bank, that means that you have lawyers that other people can't afford. So, if this goes to litigation or if it does go to court, I expect Apple to be done enough research to be able to make this happen. The EU already tried this and tried to sue us. EU tried to sue us for this same thing, and they just gave up the ghost. The European Union. People over in Europe. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna leave it right there. So let's move on to what might be our final subject of the day. We'll see what happens, but I'm sure by now everyone knows. Yolanda alluded to it a little earlier. A bridge is falling in the Baltimore area, and I don't know every detail. I was in church this morning when I heard about it. I've been on the internet a little bit, doing some research and finding stuff. I do have a small video of what happened. Let me see if I can get this going. So.
Oh yeah, because I was gonna say, I think a bridge was hit.
Yeah,
I know it didn't fail.
It made it seem like it fell at first, but it bridge was
now y'all,
it was.
Now y'all excuse me because it was like early in the morning. When I'm getting up and all this is going on my phone is dinging, and our group, one of my friends group chat because I have several friends that live up there in the Baltimore area, and we're all in the chat. I'm like, y'all really? I actually thought it was a joke or a movie because the way it failed.
Mm-mm.
So the way
I do have
just
a video
like,
of it. Let me play. Let me see if this will play. And if it does, here's a quick video of it. So what we're looking at here is a video of a boat that lost power while it was traveling. The boat loses power and then it runs into the bridge and the entire bridge collapses. This is a cargo ship. It lost power twice. And in doing so, it runs into this bridge. I believe this is Baltimore, Maryland. And I think it connects to New Jersey, New York, somewhere around there. And again, here's another view of it. The boat loses power. It's still moving, of course. and it catches power again, then loses power again, and after the second time of it losing power, it runs into this bridge. Now, people had just been driving over this bridge. I mean, I saw different versions of this, and people had just been driving over this bridge, and literally within moments after them doing that, this bridge is hit, and here's another view of it, and the whole thing collapses. Now, Demetrius, and I know that you used to live in this area. Are you familiar with this particular bridge?
Yeah, that's the key bridge. That's the bridge you take when you want to cut down your time travel from the DMV area to up north. So we've always hit that key bridge. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Anytime I've gone across that key bridge, it's a little shaky. And I used to always say they need to upgrade this bridge. Like, they need to fix it because it just looks like it's been there a while. But it's not even older than like the Golden Gate Bridge. Well, we can't say the Bay Bridge now because they done built a new one. But it's not as old as the Golden Gate Bridge. But it looks as old as the Golden Gate Bridge. But I'm not going to say a ship crashing into it may have eliminated some things. Have they maybe updated some structure? But when you go up north, a lot of things aren't really updated like that, especially if it's not something that is not like an everyday use. Key Bridge is popular, but however, it's not, it's not one of your busiest travel areas, but it's busy.
I was hearing earlier, let me be clear, on CNN. No, I'm not CNN girl, but I was watching CNN this morning. Aren't you proud of me? And they were saying that 35,000 people a day, because I don't watch CNN, 35,000 people a day across that bridge. So all I'm saying is it may not be busy, but that's a lot of people. That's a lot.
That is a lot of people, but most of those people, again, that's like the Key Bridge, like that's your back shortcut bridge. It's not a big bridge. It's not a big wide bridge. A lot of people are scared to even go that way. That actually live that way. They'll take the regular route up and go across that other big high bridge because it's another bridge, another area over there. But to take, it's a little longer route. Go if you're going up north. But the Key Bridge, definitely, it's one of them little, I don't know, but yeah.
You know what that bridge reminds me of, and Ja'Cory, this might spark something for you. That bridge kind of reminds me of the Pinole to Vallejo bridge before they rebuilt it.
Exactly.
I looked at it.
Exactly. That's exactly what it gives you. Not as many lanes though. Not as many lanes.
Carquinez.
Yeah, the Carquinez
bridge.
Yeah, I mean,
but my only question is, okay, so this cargo bridge, ain't nobody on the cargo ship, excuse me. Don't nobody on there have no phone? Because my thing is, if you knew we didn't lost power, somebody should have been calling somebody to say, clear the bridge.
Now that's the big question I think everybody has is your ship. So it lost power more than once. That has been
somebody had a Celica phone. Somebody had an Apple phone, a Droid.
Exactly. No one thought to call the police to to block the bridge, shut the bridge down. Not only that, it's a cargo bridge. If I'm not mistaken, I think it opens up. I'm trying to remember. But it's very like they lost power twice. At what point did you alert a Coast Guard to let them know, hey, we're losing power. We can't control direction. It looks like we're headed like you're on this boat. But I mean, again, it's like between 1, 2 in the morning. I don't know, where their mindset was, but I mean, they should be alert at all things. But definitely, that's pretty much the prominent question for everybody, Corey, is okay. So at what point were y'all gonna call somebody?
Well, so
let somebody know.
This morning. Again, I was trying to watch CNN, trying to be an adult. Okay, so when I was watching it this morning, it said that it's actually operated, like when it was coming across, it's operated from a pilot, like it's operated from somewhere else. So the question is, was there actually somebody actually on the cargo boat? Or was it being autopilot from somewhere else?
But even when it's being autopilot, though, they still have a monitor gauge that they still have to watch. Like someone actually basically has to act like they're behind the wheel. So they're looking. They have some type of setup to where they can kind of see how things are moving, what's going on, and this, that, and the third. But again, my question it lost power twice. Why not shut the bridge down? Why not call the police and just let them know?
Can you imagine being on the bridge driving from wherever you was creeping from because it's late or it's early in the morning and you driving on the bridge. So I feel crazy driving on the bridge, period. and then you start seeing the street go down, and you in the water, and then you got to open your door. They say it's about 50. The water there is about 50 feet deep. Could you imagine? Because I know when I was watching the video, I saw at least 2 cars go down while a portion of that bridge was going in the water.
Yeah, I did see. I thought I saw one. I didn't know if I saw 1 or 2, but I saw one, and it kind of took me back to that Bay Bridge when we had the big earthquake in the 80s, when the car that was traveling with the family and the bridge had broke and they went down into the thing and the car bounced back up. It just took me back to that whole moment in the Bay Area, that whole bridge collapse, and I'm just like, wow. And for me, it's like really like a nightmare, because I was actually in the Bay Area when that happened at the World Series game with my father, my uncle, my brothers. So it's so to me, I'm like, whoa, like is this for real? Because I did, it's just crazy. I don't know. Again,
can we get a bridge check? We need a bridge check, because I'm not going.
I that's the other thought too. So government, if you hear us, I mean, instead of worrying about iPhone, which is so crazy, we should be worried about making sure now. Like, to me, when these kind of things happen, this is why I think at this moment why you need a female running the world. I'm just saying, because at this moment, there's all bridges, all things like these should be checked, right? Because if a cargo ship can run into something and knock it down,
knock it down completely.
Huh?
Ain't that governor in Baltimore a female? Or was?
I
couldn't tell you.
I don't think so. I was watching, it was a
that's
guy.
The one that got caught up in the scandal.
It was a guy.
Yeah,
I'm
he
just
came
saying
after
all
her.
bridges should be checked, right? Because if the cargo can run into it and knock it down, like that,
completely.
That's what freaked me out. Like, how do you knock it down completely?
In moments, I mean, like literal seconds. That whole thing,
right? And if it lost power, wouldn't that mean it's just coasting?
Depends on how fast it was going. It could have already been at a speed that even losing power, it would still be coasting at the speed it was at.
Or maybe they was trying to call and they got that Puerto Rico response time, because my jet ski went out when we was out there in the water, and I literally sat there for about 20 minutes waiting for somebody to come get us. And we just kept drifting. I'm like, D, why it seems like the land is getting further away? So I pulled my cell phone out and was trying to call 911. I couldn't get through. I needed somebody.
I can tell you this. I'm laughing at some of these comments. So, oddly enough, I didn't know this. Jacory, your mother said that she was on the bridge when this happened in 1989. Funny thing, Allegra was on the bridge when it happened.
Wow.
And she said it was just one of those things. I didn't know her back then. We didn't meet for a few years later, but I've heard this story so many times that she was on the bridge when this happened, and she was on a bus coming home, and that part of the bridge fell down and just missed the bus that she was on.
And I wonder if they was on the same bus.
I don't know, but there was so she was getting off the bus, and some guy, he didn't help nobody off the bus. He got off the bus and ran and left everybody that was on the bus. The bus driver gone.
Wait a minute. So go back. 1989. When did this happen? The bridge
during the World Series in '89.
Yeah, 1989.
So I was little. Okay, so what? The whole bridge fell.
Parts of the bridge fell.
Parts of it.
And then what was that other bridge we had in Oakland? That one fully collapsed.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
That was 880.
That little thing, that's
corridor.
Yeah. So I mean, I wasn't on the bridge. We was in the park. We was at the game.
The Cypress. Thank you. The
Cypress Bridge.
Yeah. I remember the Cypress. It was a double lane portion of the freeway coming around West Oakland. Yeah, I remember. I'm old enough to remember that too. Man, yeah. So your mama thinks that her and Allegra might have been on the same bus, because she said the bus driver left them all. Is this crazy or what?
That's crazy, but not only crazy, but they do know that's illegal, right?
Well,
they could have sued the bus company because there's guidelines. Here's the thing, and this is one thing. Keep it $100. Okay, this is one reason why I don't get my CPR certification upgrade renewed, because there are guidelines. You get these things. Like for me, I learned that when I got my CPR, I was so excited to get it. And I learned that, and I got mine in New York, mind you. So they encourage us to travel around with this little mouthpiece. It's just a small little thing, because in the time of someone. In the event of needing CPR, if you are licensed and in the area, you are required to assist. It's not an option. So if they know that you are, you can be held accountable. You can be held accountable. So when mine expired, I did not renew it because I do know bus drivers, they're not allowed to flee any scene in the event of emergency from their buses.
Gone.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, listen.
Wow. So it could be based on what Corey's mother is saying that she and
Mama
Alexa could have been on the same bus.
Calling on Jesus.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Well, I can tell you this. I will say this honestly, that our thoughts and prayers are with those affected in that Baltimore area. I believe that there were a couple of cars on that bridge when it collapsed, and that I believe I could be
5 people were workers too. I think 5 or 7 workers.
Absolutely. And so definitely our thoughts and prayers are with them as they're going to figure out what they're going to do next, and families affected by it. We definitely want to keep them in our thoughts and prayers as well. I'm looking up at the clock and it's almost time to go. But before we go, Yolanda mentioned some information that I did see a little bit earlier, and that is there's another tour for you R&B folks. I may know one song of each group, but Escape and SWV are getting ready to go on tour. It was announced today, and for those of us in the Bay Area, the tour starts in Concord, California. Sounds like probably going to be at the Concord. What is it? The Concord Pavilion.
I don't want to be outside. I don't want to be outside.
That's where they're going to be. It was announced that they're getting ready to go on tour, and I think I saw this on Coco's page or somewhere. But the tour does start in Concord, so it's more than likely. I did say SWV, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
okay, I know she was correcting me or just commenting on what I said. But yeah, so Escape and SWV tour starts, I believe, in June. Is that the correct date? June 7th,
yeah,
I think.
So. Mm-hmm.
Is that going to be live music or is it going to be track? Because I'm sick of the track concerts. They can 50%.
Well, I mean, that's my one thought. I love SWV, and I will pay to see them all over again, just anytime. Escape, like. But they're adding people like Maya, 702.
Hey,
I'll take Maya. I love Maya.
Brownstone, yeah.
Oh yeah.
702
cool.
was the girl group. Before there was Destiny's Child, we was all loving 702.
I think what's going to happen, Jacory, to answer your question, I think it may be a bit of both. So it'll probably be stems that they'll be playing on top of stems. With a band, probably like a 3-piece or 4-piece band, to try to make it look as realistic as possible. But I'm sure 2024, most people play the stems.
Went to Escape, definitely.
When we went to the what's the name tour? What was the big Kirk Franklin tour? That was they were playing on top of stems.
Yeah.
I mean, no shade to Escape. But Escape, I'm sorry, they're definitely gonna be on stems, Detail. You hit that one on the nail. Yes.
Yeah, well, it is what it is nowadays. So, but those of you who follow R&B and like that type of music, I think it's going to be a great time to make things happen. So we'll keep you abreast. I saw that flyer. We'll try to. I'll share it on the Freedom Radio Instagram and all that kind of stuff. We'll put it as a story. That way you'll be able to catch up with it. But listen, I am looking up at the clock, y'all. And it is time for us to get ready to go. We're not out of conversation. We're merely only out of time. And I want to, first of all, thank all of our great co-hosts for hanging out with us today, as well as all of you who've been hanging out on Facebook and YouTube, who've been hitting us up. My phone has been going off. I've been trying to keep up with all the texts and all the messages that's been coming through today. But we definitely want to thank you for participating. Demetrius, yes, sir.
I just want to take a moment and just give a shout out to Demetrius Toll Free for opening a platform. You know, Ashley usually says this all the time because you never know where things will ever take you. I think I joined this about 2013, 2014. I think it might have
Really? It's been that long? Wow.
Yes, it's been a long journey. And let me tell you, it's been consistency when there's just two of us. Just one of us. It's just consistency. And when you're consistent in something, you never know who's standing behind a door, peeking through a window, watching how you are in being consistent. And so I want to thank him because of Freedom Radio giving me a space to use my creative mind and just be who I am with, no judgment, no anything. It's opened up other doors, other opportunities. I was able to sit with a group of people that, do a podcast. I have an opportunity to do another event. I have an opportunity to actually go to major radio network. And so the thing about it is anywhere I go, I always let them know where it started from. And I never forget my beginnings. It's one thing my grandfather has always taught me and instilled in me is never forget where you come from, because those are the ones that helped you to be the person that you are now. And by you celebrating them, it allows you to continue to grow. It's like watering a seed. If you don't ever water the seed, it's never going to create a harvest. So, hey, D-Toll let me come here, plant a seed, and he helped me water the seed. And it's, opened up so many opportunities just sitting here and just allow me to even become myself and become comfortable in myself, being amongst this panel of people. So D-Toll, I thank you. I thank you. No, I ain't going nowhere just yet. I'm still here. My Tuesdays are still locked in. But definitely some great things are coming. So if y'all see stuff, no, I ain't left no Freedom Radio. I'm still here.
Well, that's good, man. We appreciate it, man, and we're grateful for all the doors that's opening for you, as well as our other co-hosts. Obviously, Ashlyn travels the country quite regularly, and so does Yolanda, and Corey's been doing his thing. We all making things happen, but just grateful that we're all able to come back and sit together each week and present Shop Talk the way that we do. With that being said, Demetrius, you brought up a perfect way for us to close the show, and my closing comment today is very simple, and that is, he who aims at nothing seldom misses. I'll say it again. He who aims at nothing seldom misses, meaning that if you don't have any great plans, great results won't come your way. So make sure that you have something that you're trying to obtain in this year as you move forward, and do something every day that gets you closer to your dreams. Because if you don't, if you're aiming at nothing, well, I'm sure that you won't miss. On behalf of all of our great co-hosts here at Freedom Radio and at Shop Talk in particular, we are grateful that you hang out with us. Until the next time on the same Shop Talk network at this same Shop Talk time, you know how we do it. You can help us say it. Owl. Holla.